Hi there, Luke here with episode 9 of our Eurotrip 2020 travel series, where we take you along on our multi-month trip that we took in the summer of 2020 around the countries of France, Luxembourg, and regions of Portugal. From where we last left off, we were in the beautiful medieval town of Najac, which if you didn't see our last video, I definitely encourage you to check out because we just had the most amazing time in Najac. When we woke up the next day in Najac, we headed for the train station to head to the town of Albi. We found a place in Albi to drop off our bags through the Radical Storage app, and then from there, we hit the ground running, exploring what the town of Albi had to offer. To be perfectly honest, I didn't really know what to expect from Albi. We kind of thought it was going to be just a small town that was going to be cute and quaint, but we didn't fully realize what really excellent world-class attractions there are in this city, and in particular, the main church in town was phenomenal. The Cathédrale Sainte-Cécile is the largest brick building in the world. Using red brick as a material doesn't sound particularly interesting, especially for people like us who are from North America, where we tend to use brick in a lot of building materials. But this was really unique, especially for Europe. It isn't a widely used material. And I should say it wasn't just the church that was red brick, but the town in general is pretty uniform in using a lot of red brick in the majority of their buildings. So it really kind of gave it a unique flair that we did not expect when we arrived there. But like I mentioned, the church itself is really, really amazing. The inside of it is extremely large, extremely ornate, and has an interesting history that you can learn about through the self-guided tour option as well. So this church alone is worth visiting Albi for, in our opinion. We really enjoyed it and did not at all expect to see what we ended up seeing here. We proceeded to walk around the town a bit more before we headed to this outdoor garden area. We found the gardens were really well maintained, and also from this area you get really nice views of the city as well as the river. Albi was just a little stop that we made on our way to the city of Toulouse. So when we were done walking around Albi, we headed to the train station and took our hour-long train to Toulouse. We quickly dropped off our bags at our Airbnb and then used the time that we had in Toulouse to do some sightseeing. We unfortunately didn't give ourselves too much time in Toulouse because there are just so many things to do in France that we really did have to pick and choose which places we wanted to spend more time in and which places we didn't necessarily need to spend as much time in. And Toulouse was unfortunately one of the ones that we didn't spend too much time in. I think we also figured that because it's a larger city, that we may be more likely to visit it in the future, whereas some of the really tiny little towns that we may have spent more time in, that we may not have the opportunity or the desire to visit them again in the future, so we decided to prioritize those. One place we did manage to hit up first was the Basilique-Cathédrale. We followed this up by walking through some of the pretty streets in the city, as well as visiting the Place du Capitole and the Fondation Bomberg. If there are spots that you enjoyed in Toulouse, or maybe if you're from the Toulouse area and there was a spot that you would recommend visiting, let us know in the comments down below. The next day, we were headed off to the city of Biarritz. We walked into town and in particular headed towards the Grande Plage, or Big Beach. From here, we enjoyed a scenic walk towards the Pôle des Pêcheurs and ended up at the Rocher de la Vierge. There are some really nice ocean views and rock formations that you can see all along this walk that are really, really beautiful to see. We decided to take advantage of the beautiful weather and atmosphere and enjoyed some beers with a view. All right, everyone, that is it for this portion of our trip. As I said, this is kind of our introduction to the south of France, so stay tuned for future episodes that will feature this beautiful and dynamic region of France. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe. Also, tag along for our next video where we take you to the areas of Lourdes, Collioure, and Sète. See you then. Bye.